We're going to look at bones of the axial skeleton. There's a picture in your book. Here's a model we have of the skeleton. The axial skeleton includes the skull. We have the cranial portion and the facial portion. And some of the bigger bones of the skull. We have the frontal bone, parietal bones, occipital bones. That's a zygomatic bone or cheekbone. That's the maxilla, mandible. Got some nasal bones up here. There are other bones in the cranium and the face, but we'll get into those later. We have cervical vertebrae in the neck. And looking at the different types of vertebrae, we also have thoracic vertebrae that are connected to the ribs. One way I know thoracic vertebrae, they have these long pointy projections, spinous processes. Inferior to the ribs, we have lumbar vertebrae. They have blunt spinous processes. We also have the sacrum, which is made up of some fused vertebrae and a coccyx. In the anterior view, we have the sternum. It's made up of three parts: the manubrium, the body, the xiphoid process, and we have ribs. Now, if the ribs are directly connected to the sternum, it's called a true rib. Notice these three right here, they all fuse together in a cartilage before they get to the sternum. These three are false ribs. That's also a false rib. Actually, this one goes directly to the sternum, so that's a true rib. But these three are false ribs. They fuse before they get to the sternum. And then these two down here are also false ribs because they don't connect to the sternum. And they're also called floating ribs because they don't connect to anything at all. They don't connect to the sternum at all. And in the ribs, or behind the ribs, we have thoracic vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae, that's the sacrum, that's the coccyx.